So in today's video, we are going to build a simple Python project, a weather app, using just a few lines of code. Okay, so we are going to learn how to take users' inputs, fetch live data from the internet, and display real-time weather info. Okay, so let's dive into it. So before we start, I'm going to give this a title, weather app. Okay. So first, we are going to import the requests module. This is a built-in Python library that lets us to make requests to the internet. So I'm going to impute this line of code, import, sorry about that, import requests, right? Then I'm going to run my code. Okay, so like I said earlier, the request module is a built-in Python library that enables us to make requests to the internet. It's just like you having opening a website in your browser, but in this case, the Python does it for you. Okay, so now we're going to let's continue. I'm going to say API underscore key is equals to. So we're going to go to weather app. I have my weather app open. Okay. We're going to go to weather app to get our own personal API key. Okay. So I just signed up to the OpenWeather app. So you have to go to your profile to get your API key. Go to profile, my API key. Then this is a default API key, but what I'll advise is for you to generate your own API key. So I'm going to generate I'm going to just type in my name, Beb, and click on generate. So it has generated another API key for me. So I'm going to copy it right here, Control C. Then I'll go to my app. Then I'm going to paste it over here. So I'm going to paste it over here. Okay, this is it. Then I'm going to also get the base URL of this OpenWeather app. So I'm going to type my line of code, URL is equals to, then I'm going to go over to the API site, click on API here, then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on this API document under the current API data. I'm going to click on this. Then this is the API URL. So I'm going to copy from here. I'm going to stop here, Control C, and I'm going to paste my URL here. Okay. Yeah. So basically what this API key does, this API key is like your password that you're going to use to access the OpenWeatherMap services you get. So then the base URL is, this is the web URL, the web address URL, right, of the weather API. So it tells the Python where to go to get the weather data. That's what this base URL does basically. It tells the Python where to go to get the weather data. So let's move on. So the next step now to do is to get city from the user, right? because you want to tell your app to get you whether for Lagos or whether for Abuja, whether for Kaduna, Port Harcourt, Enugu, anywhere, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to say city is equals to impute. So this impute function now is used to get users input, right? Open brackets, enter your city, okay? Enter city name rather. Let's use enter city name, okay? Enter city name. Okay, let's continue. So this input function now is used to ask the users to type in the name of the city they want the weather for. For example, they want the weather for Kaduna, or they want the weather for Port Harcourt, they want the weather for Abuja, or they want the weather for Enugu, Abia, Lagos, anywhere, right? Okay, so let's continue. So the next step now is that we're going to build the full API URL. So we're going to say URL is equals to F, right? Open your curly brackets, your base URL. So you're going to call in your base URL now. Close your curly brackets. So call in your city. App ID is equals to API underscore key. Close your brackets. Okay, so I'm done writing the code. So we're using the F string, right, to build the full URL, which includes the base URL, as you can see, the base URL, the city name, our API key that we generated on the OpenWeather app site, and also we added the unit equals to metrics to get the temperature in Celsius. This will create a custom URL for us, right? Some of you that are beginners might be wondering, what does this F string actually does to our code? Okay, so this F string in Python is a way to insert variables directly into a string. It stands for formatted string and is written by putting a lowercase f in front of the quotation mark. Okay, so what this does, for example, what this does, okay, let me open a new cell to explain what it does so that you can see. So what this does, right, is, for example, if you have name is equals to, let's say, Paul, right? Name is equals to Paul. Okay, so you're going to say print. You're going to say print your F string now, right? Hello, your name. Okay, so what this is going to, what the output this is going to bring out is going to be hello Paul. Let's run this code and see. Hello Paul. Can you see? So it's the same thing with the weather app. What this is going to do basically is it's going to bring out the actual city name and the API key into the URL, right? So let's say we say city is equals to Lagos, then the API key, right? So it's going to bring out what is your, it's going to bring out enter city name, then the output is going to be Lagos, then it's going to bring out the condition of Lagos, the degree Celsius of Lagos and all that. Let me know in the comment section if you understood what I just said. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to delete this so that it doesn't, or should I delete it? I'm going to delete it. Okay, so let's continue with our code. And also what the Q here stands for, right, is it's query. The Q stands for query. It's a parameter that tells the API this is the city I want to search for, right? It's just like you saying, hey API, or hi API, give me the weather for Lagos. Hi API, give me the weather for Abuja. Or hi API, give me the weather for Kaduna. That's what it's like you're discussing with Python. It's like you're telling Python, this is what I want. Please, can you give it to me? I feel I'm fast. Hope I'm not too fast. Okay, so let's continue with our code. We're going to let Python send the request using the request.get URL. So we are going to say response is equals to request dot get URL. Then your data equals to response dot JavaScript object notation. Now what this does is that it lets Python to send the request using the request.get URL. Sorry, I'm fast. I'll try to speak calmly and slowly. Okay, so what this does is that it's trying to tell Python, right, to send the request using request.get URL and stores the response, right? Then we use the JavaScript object notation, which is JSON, to convert the response into a Python dictionary we can work with, right? So why we use this JavaScript object notation in this our Python code is that normally when it sends the data to Python, it sends it in such a way that we cannot use it right away, right? So the only solution is to do the response.json, which converts the data into something Python can understand. Else we will not be able to use it. Okay, so now we are going to tell our code to check if the city was found by using this line of code. If data in brackets is strictly equal to 200. So we're telling it, so we're saying if this data is correct, if this city exists, right? If everything is spelled correctly, okay? So we're telling it to what? Get the data. Sorry. Sorry about that. In degree Celsius. So what's for those that don't have the degree symbol on their system, what I do is that I just go to search and type for the degree symbol, right? And I just copy and paste it. That's what I do basically. Okay. Control V. So say print bracket your string weather condition. Description. Uh, Okay, so let me just explain the line of code I just finished writing. So we are asking the Python to do right here is to extract the weather info from the data. Okay, what we are basically telling the Python right now to do is to get the weather condition of a particular city, right? For example, if the weather city in Abuja gets the weather condition of Abuja, tell us the temperature um, of the weather condition, and also describe to us what the weather condition is all about. Sorry about the background noise. Tell us what the weather condition is all about. Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it about to rain? So that's what we are asking Python to do here. Okay, so let us continue. Then we are going to also say else, right? Else, if all of this is not correct, we are telling it to print what? Print city not found. City not found. Okay, so let's run the code and see. Okay, it gives us an error. Um, Sorry. So you have to be careful when you're writing your code. We did not close our quotation mark here, so that was why the error occurred. So let's try to run our code again. Okay. So enter city name. Let's say Lagos. Okay. Weather in Lagos. Temperature is 29.92 degrees Celsius. Condition overcast cloud. Okay, so let us try out other examples. Okay, so that is it. Give it a try. Let me know in the comment section if you got and understood every single line of code. Thank you and see you in our next video. Bye.